on the outside of each row. These she'll have babies, whether she has her own or not. Hey y'all, Amy here. Welcome back to the farm. Today I'm out here doing a little bit of garden stuff. I'm going to show you how I make trellises to grow on, like to grow my beans on and cucumbers on and things like that. We're actually going to be doing that out here in this big garden in ground. Usually I do raised bed gardening. Things are a little different this year. We're in the process of changing where my raised beds are, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it in ground. And then after that, we're going to go into a shed. I had 4 chicks hatch a couple of days ago, and we're going to attempt to see whether or not we can tell if they are male or female. There's a couple different tricks that you can do, like checking their feathers and certain ways that they react to certain things. So we're going to test that and see if we can see if they're male or female. That's what we're doing today. Okay, I think I'm gonna do a couple of curved trellises and then a couple of straight ones. I think I'm gonna do some cucumbers and tomatoes on some straight, and then we'll do like an arched trellis type thing for the beans. Now it's gonna get windy. Lacey's gonna show you something real quick. Look what Lacey found. Can you see? It's a 4-leaf clover. How about that? What are you gonna do with it, Lacey?
Put it in a book and press it. Don't press your luck.
That was Abby. Okay. All right. Brian's going to come and we're going to set some T-posts. So what I'm doing here is I have 2 rows and we're going to set T-posts on the outside, you see, of each row.
You said we.
He's going to set T-posts on the outside of each row. And then we're going to run the hog panel from one over to the other. That's what we're starting with. And I'm not going to start right here at the beginning of the row. We're going to go down just a little bit because I'm going to put flowers at the beginning of it.
Can't eat those.
Yeah, but it draws in pollinators and gives us more vegetables.
Ta-da!
And now all I'll do is I will attach this to the T-post with like a zip tie or like a metal zip tie or a large heavy-duty zip tie of some kind, just to hold it steady. And that's it. That's all you have to do. And we're gonna plant. I'm gonna plant on the inside of each one, and then I'll encourage it at the beginning to start going up the trellis so it doesn't like spread over the path, and then it's just going to take off and it's going to fill this whole thing. Now we're going to make more. I'm going to come a little bit of space this way, and I'm going to put in, I'm bumping the stand, or he's going to put in some trellises that are going to be lengthwise. They're going to follow the row so that I don't need them to arch because my cucumbers aren't going to grow that high, like up and over the top. I'm going to be using these, and this one's going to be for cucumbers. So I don't want the hog panel sitting flat on the ground. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Alrighty, because it's a hog panel, that gives it just a little bit more height by lifting it up off the ground a little bit. Let me show you. Okay, so it's up off the ground by about 1 foot. And once the plant grows a little bit, I will tie the pieces of the cucumber plant and let it, like, encourage it to start growing up this way. I'm using the hog panels because that's what I have. If you have cattle panels, that's even better because they're taller, so you have more to grow on. Those are chickens. They were just in here. I'm gonna have to figure out how to keep them out of this. I was hoping they wouldn't come over all this way. Oh well. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna go get some more panels. We're gonna finish putting them up. I'll show you that in a second, but I'm just gonna tell you the plan real fast. The plan out here is way back there, the tip of my finger back there, that's a huge pile of wood chips. Those wood chips I'm going to bring up here and I'm going to mulch this whole area as solidly as I can with wood chips, except for right where I'm gonna be planting. And then as the plants get bigger, I will mulch them with something. But that's the plan. But I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna keep, you know, critters from digging up my seeds. Okay, y'all, this is what we're gonna work with. We have the 3 trellises here for pole beans. They're gonna be planted on either side. Got 2 trellises here for cucumbers. Got one long, this might be hard to see, one long line of trellis back here. These are going to be tomatoes. This row in between that I have here, probably peppers. I've got some space in between rows, like between that trellis and this trellis here, where I'm going to be putting herbs and flowers. And of course on the back, oh yeah, that way back here, I'm going to be doing squash, zucchini, what else? There's stuff. More stuff will be going back here. We're gonna take a pause on that. It is evening. I'm gonna go into the shed and we'll take a look at those chicks real quick and see what we think we might have. Here's the babies. They're so cute. Okay, so there's a couple of different ways that they say you can tell a male from a female chick. When they are just a couple of days old, they say you can look at the feathers, and if they have feathers in, let's see if I can, we're gonna try to focus this here. Okay, if they have feathers in a straight line, then it is a male. And if their feathers are like this, where you have multiple ones of different sizes throughout the wing, like this, looks like, let me see. Yeah, short, long, short, long, short, long. I'm gonna try to do this little one. So, you see how we have long ones and short ones in between? They say that's one way to tell that that would be a, focus please. There we go. That would be a female. Another way they say is if you hold it very gently and hang it by the head. If it fights, it's a female. If it hangs, it's a rooster. Okay? Okay, so the feathers say female and the hanging says rooster. Also, another way they say is if you flip them on their back and they lay perfectly still, it's a hen, or if they fight, it's a rooster. I have no idea. This one did a little of all of different things. So we have 2 that say 2 things were hen, 1 thing was rooster. So we're gonna guess this one's a hen. How about that? We have a super tiny, see, once again, you can't really see, super tiny comb here, and like there's nothing pronounced there yet. So, I don't know. Okay, let's try the yellow one. Let's look at the yellow one. Okay. We're gonna focus it here. All right, we're gonna check the feather pattern. Okay, can you see that we have not one straight line of feathers? We have shorter feathers in between. See these shorter feathers in between the longer feathers. That says hen, okay? Just so you know, I'm gonna have to keep doing this because it's gonna focus back and forth. Just so you know, when you hang them, you put the weight of it towards the back of their head. I'm not choking them at all. Okay, that one fought. So hen and hen, two indications are hen, and hen. Okay, so all three methods are saying that this one is a hen. I'm also looking at the comb. I don't see much of anything there. Nothing really pronounced. We're gonna guess this one's a hen. All the way around. Okay. We're gonna do all 4 of these just because I wanna know. All right, look at this little one here. Let's see if we can focus on the baby. There we go. We're gonna check the tiny little wings. Okay, this one, can you see? This one looks like it might be rooster because I'm not seeing other feathers mixed in between these feathers. This looks like one row of feathers. Okay, let's look at the comb here. Can you see that we can already see the beginnings of a comb starting to get pronounced there? Let's look at if it fights or if it hangs. Hold on, little one. Oh, well, it fought. Fighting is supposed to indicate hen. Yeah, I keep having to focus ya. Let's see what it does upside down. Yeah. Okay, it's fighting upside down for sure, or maybe not. Y'all aren't doing it right. You're supposed to do one thing or the other, so I can tell what you are. I'm gonna call that one rooster. That's what I'm gonna do. Let's say 2 hens and a rooster is gonna be my guess so far. Okay, last one. Last one. Here we go. Focus on the baby. Let's look at the wings. The wings are saying it looks like we've got some in between. Can you see the one? Can you tell? In between. And we do have a little bit more of a pronounced comb situation though. Let's see if you hang. You hang like a rooster. It's not fighting though. Well, come on. There we go. I want to call this one a rooster, even though I think I see some wings feathers in between the wings. Let me see here. I'm doing this so gently, just so you know. See how there's some feathers in between the feathers, and it's not really a straight line. There's some stuff in between. I don't know. They're all, I'm gonna say the yellow one. Oh, hello. Are you there? Hello? Am I focusing? Hello? There we go. It's not your eyes, it's my camera. I'm gonna say the yellow one. I'm gonna count hen all the way across the way. I'm probably gonna say rooster for this one, and rooster for the little black one. So I think we're 2 roosters, 2 hens. And I think we're probably gonna keep them because there's just 4. It doesn't really make a big difference. What's 4 more when you have like 70, right? Okay, so the last thing that I'm gonna do real fast with y'all is we're gonna go check on Pickles, and we are going to see if she has any pipped eggs yet. It's about time for that. And then we'll go. Oh, hi, baby girl. Is it food time? Is it food time? Hello, Miss Nugget. These 4 girls are in here with the big ones. Yes, they are, because they're big girls. All right, let's go in here. Yep, I'm gonna come check on you, Pickles. We're gonna check your eggs, okay? That one back there is a shell from those other 4 that I've already hatched. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this on camera because she's behind the pallet. We're just gonna look and see if we have any pips at all. Pickles, I'm just looking. Nothing there. Nothing there. Hold on. Nothing there. I know, I'm sorry. Last one. Nothing there. Okay, so this egg feels extremely light. I feel like this one's probably bad. Hopefully it doesn't explode anytime soon. I need to come back out when it's dark and candle them. Hopefully some of them are good. I didn't candle any of her eggs at all through this whole time. Fancy's, which are the 4 babies we just saw, those were candled. Hers I didn't, I've just let it go. And if hers don't hatch in another day, that will be, I think, a day past when they're due. And I'll need to candle them. But if for some reason something happened and like hers aren't gonna hatch, I will probably get those other chicks and give them to her and let her raise those other 4, because this is Pickles, and Pickles is an excellent mama, and Fancy doesn't even care. She's just was broody and then it quit. But Pickles here loves babies. She loves her children, and she does a great job raising them. And so regardless, I had thought that I would probably, once hers hatched and got a day or 2 older, I would bring all those 4 out and let them all be with Pickles. And I think I'm just gonna I'm gonna give her the babies regardless of whether hers hatch or not. So I'm trying to say, she'll have babies whether she has her own or not. Okay, let's go back out here. Oh, hi, Bear. Oh, don't be scared. Don't be scared. It's okay. Pig, pig. You have mud on your nose, pig, pig. Everything is so green and gorgeous. Alrighty, y'all. Well, thanks for hanging out with me today while we did stuff. Until next time, keep on the sunny side.